You know, right under our feet is one of our most precious resources, groundwater. But how in the world do you protect something you can't even see? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on a super precise engineering blueprint for the exact tool designed to do just that.
I mean, it's a huge challenge, right? You can't just look at an aquifer. You need a window. You need a way to reach down deep and grab a sample. But here's the trick. Building that window without messing up the very thing you're trying to protect, well, that's a real engineering marvel.
So, what exactly is this thing? Look, a groundwater monitoring well is not just some hole in the ground. You've got to think of it less like a simple bucket and more like a precise surgical instrument. Every single piece is engineered with one goal in mind: to get a perfectly pure, totally uncontaminated sample of water.
So to really understand this, here's our game plan. We're going to follow a well through its entire life. We'll start with the official rulebook, then we'll literally build one from the bottom up, see how it's protected, and finally learn how it's responsibly retired when its job is all done. Okay, so when the health of an entire water supply is on the line, you absolutely cannot just wing it. You need a plan. A really detailed one, a set of rules that are completely non-negotiable to make sure every single well is built to the highest standard possible. And this, right here, is that plan. Our guide for this whole explainer is SAES-A-115, the engineering standard from Saudi Aramco. This document lays out in just meticulous detail exactly how you design, install, and even decommission these critical instruments. You know, the way these rules are set up is actually really clever. The foundation is built on these well-established international standards from organizations like ASTM. But then SAES-A-115 comes in and adds another layer on top, one with even stricter, more specific, and totally mandatory requirements. So the goal here isn't just to meet the global standard, it's to blow right past it. So with that rulebook in hand, it is time to get to work. Let's build the perfect monitoring well.
All right, this diagram is our guide. This is the blueprint. Let's build this thing together, starting from the very, very bottom and working our way up to the surface. We'll check out the purpose of each little piece as we go.
Our build kicks off at the very base. Before anything else goes in, a 50-centimeter pipe called a sediment sump is attached. Its only job is to be a trap, catching any little bits of sand or silt that might sneak into the well. This is all about keeping the important part, the sampling area above it, totally pristine. And now we get to the real heart of the well, the screen. These little slots are just 0.5 millimeter wide. To put that in perspective, that's about the thickness of 5 human hairs. It's an incredible level of precision, and it's what lets water flowing freely while being just small enough to block the fine grains of sand right outside. And of course, the pipe itself, that material is super critical. The deeper you drill, the more pressure that well is under. For the shallow wells, a standard Schedule 40 PVC is fine, but as you go deeper, you've got to upgrade to Schedule 80. That schedule number basically just tells you the wall thickness, and Schedule 80 has a much thicker, stronger wall, specifically engineered to handle that immense underground pressure. Now, surrounding the well casing are 2 materials that are crucial, but do the exact opposite jobs. On the left, you have the filter pack. It's this layer of clean sand that acts like a gatekeeper, creating this porous zone that lets groundwater flow easily into the well. And then above that, you have the bentonite seal. This is the guardian. It's an impermeable clay that forms a perfect plug, stopping any contaminated water from the surface from trickling down and ruining our samples. And this quote from the standard, wow, it really nails the whole philosophy here. I mean, think about it. You could have the absolute best design in the world, but if the construction process itself introduces contaminants, that well is useless from day one. This means every drill bit, every pipe, even the water used for drilling has to be completely decontaminated before starting on a new well. Okay, so the well is in the ground, it's sealed up down below, but we are not done yet. Not by a long shot. Now you have to protect this sensitive scientific instrument on the surface to make sure it provides reliable data for years, maybe even decades. And that protection is just as important above ground. This diagram shows what's called the surface completion, and it's just as detailed as the well itself. It's basically designed to be a fortress, protecting that wellhead from weather, animals, and any accidental damage. And it's a multi-step fortress for sure. First up, a bigger protective casing is set in concrete around the well. Then, a reinforced concrete pad is poured, but it's sloped just right to drain any rainwater away. After that, 4 concrete-filled posts are put in as literal crash barriers. And finally, a permanent steel ID tag is attached. It seems like a lot, but every single detail is about guaranteeing that long-term data integrity. But, protection isn't just about concrete and steel. It's also about the data. That's why the well's exact location is professionally surveyed with just incredible accuracy. We're talking a horizontal position accurate to within 10 centimeters and a vertical elevation accurate to within just 2. So why so precise? Because it means every water level measurement, every single sample, is tied to an exact point on the globe. That's what makes the data scientifically solid year after year. A monitoring well isn't meant to last forever. And when its useful life is finally over, the process of removing it is every bit as important as building it in the first place. And this is a really critical concept you have to understand. If you just walk away from a well, that hole can become a direct pipeline for surface contaminants to reach the clean groundwater deep below. Decommissioning is all about sealing that pathway for good, making sure you leave the environment just as safe as you found it. So how is it done? The entire well is filled from the bottom all the way to the top with a special impermeable grout. But check out this detail from the standard. This is fascinating, and it shows how much thought goes into this. In dry, arid environments, you're not allowed to use that bentonate clay above the water table. Why not? Because it can dry out, shrink, and crack, which would totally defeat the purpose of the seal. It's such a small rule, but it shows a massive understanding of the local environment. And this brings us right back where we started, to the core principle of the whole thing. This quote perfectly sums up the guiding philosophy through the well's entire life, from the first second of drilling to the final act of sealing it up. Absolute cleanliness and absolute precision. So, what's the big takeaway here? Well, through all these mandatory steps, all these rules and specifications, a simple pipe in the ground is transformed into something much, much more. It becomes a precision scientific instrument, meticulously engineered to be our eyes and ears deep underground, safeguarding the water that we all depend on. And it kind of leaves you with this final thought. The level of detail, the foresight, and the responsibility that goes into just one of these wells is immense. It really makes you appreciate the incredible scale and complexity of what it takes to responsibly manage and protect the natural resources of an entire nation.
If you enjoyed this, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, How to Do It. Search for us at How to Do 5 for even more interesting content.